Got it. I am so glad, Heidi. Thank you for joining. April, it's so nice to meet you as well. And I am so grateful for Katie for coming on tonight, because she is somebody that I have looked up to in a lot of ways, and especially just the way that she parents her 5 children, first of all. Also power lifter of incredible strength and speed, and she's this tiny little thing, but also has such an amazing background in like nursing for 20 years. And when I came to her, it was interesting because we reunited through elementary school kids, because Claire and Allie are the same age. So, and Laura, Grace, and Luke are the same age. So they've like been in school together this whole time. And fun fact, Coach Steinbreaker, as I refer to him, was Brandon and I's high school teacher. So we had him in high school. So we go way back with the Steinbreakers. But when she told me about Q, I was obviously like, ooh, I need something to help my hair regrowth, because I was losing my hair like crazy back after COVID. Had like the COVID hair loss big time. I remember we were in Tuscaloosa and my hair was like, you remember that? Like just, I was panicked. I called my hairdresser and I was like, what's going on? And she was like, did you have COVID? I'm like, yes. So, oh, there's Gail. That's my mother. Did you want to say something about that?
No, just that was,
it was
90
intense.
days after COVID.
Hey, Mom.
Started to have some side effects.
Yeah. Hello, Madre. Can she hear us yet?
Not yet. It says connecting to audio.
Pull your shirt up, Mom. Oh, bless her. Oh, I wonder if she knows we can see her.
They said they didn't connect to audio, so she probably can't hear us or anything.
Yeah.
Mom, are you there?
Finally.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
My sweet Heidi's on too, Mom.
Hi, Heidi, boo boo.
Also, Katie, Heidi used to be our neighbor for 5 years, Heidi, but we got really close.
Unfortunately 5 years ago.
Yes.
I think maybe 6 almost.
Like, I don't even want to think about it, but we had so much fun. Just like we worked out together. We did a lot of strength training. She actually introduced me to strength training, Katie, and I didn't do any of that before I met her. So, but all that to say, I started on collagen with Q, and then started talking to Katie, which my mom and Heidi both know a little bit about my background with anxiety and just high stress and work situation, but also things like that. And I just said, Katie, what helped me? So I'm going to turn it over to Katie to chat a little bit more about why we're here tonight.
Okay. Well, thank you for that sweet introduction. Yes, I am a mama of 5. I have been a nurse for 20 years. I did my first 10 years in adult CV-ICU. I did the last half of my bedside career in the neonatal ICU. And in October, I walked away from the bedside. My second child, my oldest daughter, is 16 and expecting. She's due really any week now. She is 35, almost 36 weeks. So it was just too much between a home business and 5 kids and a grandbaby on the way and lots of doctor's appointments. It was just too much. So I'm very grateful for Q and what it has allowed me to do to be able to stay home even more with my kiddos. So I'm going to share my screen and tell you a little bit more about who we are and all the things. And I'm going to try to be very respectful of everybody's time because we got started a little bit late. So this is me, Katie Steinbreaker. I've also been married for 20 years. So I guess I should start with that. I've been married to my best friend for 20 years. It'll be 20 years in July. Those are my 5 kids. That was at Christmas at the Orpheum. And like Lori said, I'm a competitive powerlifter. So I'm very careful about what I put into my body. And what brought me to Q was products. The Q stands for quintessential biosciences, basically meaning best of the best and backed by science. I was struggling with some postpartum ick. My oldest daughter was struggling with sleepless nights and just anxious thoughts about starting back to school in 2020 when we were in the midst of COVID. And I reached out to a friend of mine for a sleep spray. It looks like this. This is like awesomeness in a little spray bottle. And reached out to my friend and she said, well, tell me what you're dealing with. Like I would like to be able to help you. So we talked about sleep. We talked about postpartum stuff. We talked about just a number of things. And at the end of the conversation, I said, so I'm buying all these fancy vitamins. And she said, and if they don't work, you send them back. She said, but I'll tell you, in the 3 years I've been doing this, I haven't had anybody send anything back. So about 3 days later, my daughter said, I feel so much better. 2 weeks later, my husband was like, it's nice to have my wife back, because at this point, my son was a year old. So we were in the midst of postpartum ick. And I felt so good. I was sharing what little products I had with friends and was connecting them to my other friend who funnily enough, her name is Katie too. And Katie said, come do this with me. And I said, come do what with you? She said, come do this business. I said, do this business? I have 5 children. I work at the hospital. We are in the middle of a pandemic. I do not have time to do this. And she said, but you're already doing it. You might as well get paid for it. I said, let me think about it. You're funny. So I go to my parents, expecting them to talk me out of this crazy business opportunity. And they were like, but if you love the products and you love people and you love loving on people and you love helping people and you get paid for it, why wouldn't you do it? And my husband said basically the same thing. Little did they know I had actually been praying for something that I could do from home. That wasn't one of those salesy things. But this is so much more than that. And so I really have found the best of the best. And you have to be surrounded by the right people in the right time. So these are the leaders of our company. This is Mr. Mark Wilson. He is a 2-time quarterback Super Bowl champion. That is me wearing his ring at convention last February before last. The president of our company, Mr. Jake Spencer, he is younger than I am and just a super nice guy. My husband and I both have a personal relationship with him. He's just phenomenal, and they lead from the top down. Both very family friendly, faithful men. And then the lady on the far side of the screen, her name is Miss Tara Truax. And she is one of those people that is just big on pushing you out of your comfort zone and helping you realize that the light within you shines outward and you cannot hold that inside. So I have been poured into from tippy top of the company all the way down. And the reason that's been possible is because I've aligned myself with the right company. We were born really in the 2012, and we were rebranded at the end of 2017. We are global. We are in 26 countries and growing. We are in several markets. We opened in the middle of COVID 3 global distribution centers, which is unheard of in this industry. And we have cutting edge technology in all the health and wellness sectors throughout the world. So that really is pretty impressive. We have a full suite of products, and this isn't even everything. We have added more stuff in the last few months, and more stuff is coming. But we have things for pediatrics to geriatrics and everyone in between. We have stuff for nutrition. We have stuff for sleep. We have stuff for energy. We have kids wellness. We have brand new immunity gummies. And our favorite product is our collagen. Like Lori was saying, that was what brought her to Q. This is where I start pretty much everybody. This is our Q core. This is your core foundation of health. This is a brain health micronutrient. This is a pre and probiotic, and it is a plant-based product that helps decrease inflammation at the cellular level. When you have all those 3 things in alignment, your body just works better. Then at the top in the purple is our Q Fuse, which is our full spectrum hemp oil, and the sleep spray that I was telling you about at the very beginning. This is where I like to start everybody, because when all of this, like I said, is in alignment, your body just works better, and it allows the other products that we have to work synergistically with these. In addition to having nutraceuticals, which are the vitamin side of things, we also are very big on whole body health, not just physical, but fitness and mindset. So in addition to the nutraceuticals, we have a whole fitness app. We have dedicated trainers that work one-on-one with you. We have a full-time nutritionist that helps with meal planning. It's called the meal method. We have sport drinks. We have a weight management line. We have excellent whey protein powders and some awesome vegan options as well. And then the two co-founders of MyQ Fit are Stacy and Kimball Jensen. They're just phenomenal people. The reason we are quintessential and the reason we're backed by science is because of this man right here. This is Dr. Stephen Kimberly. He's been an internal medicine doctor for the last 40 years. He was actually the senior editor at WebMD for 13 years before joining Q. And he's also big into naturopath and natural medicine. And he is always ahead of the game by about 2 years. So when we say we have constant innovation, like everything is always improving. I can't even tell you, I've been with Q for a year and a half. I can't even tell you the number of new products that we've come out with in the year and a half that I've been here. I know that in 2021, we released 30 new products, and we are expected to do that again this year. This is the other part that just made me feel right at home within Q Sciences. We do not have a car program. We don't have a Jeep program. We have a financial freedom movement. And what that does is it allows you, when you join as an ambassador, to do what I do, to do what April does, to do what Lori is doing. It puts you in contact with a financial coach for free day one when you start. They work with helping you create a healthy relationship with money, that money is not evil, that we can do really good things in our world if we have extra money on hand. They help you eliminate debt without making you feel like you can't have any fun. And then they also help you learn investment strategies and like build wealth. This is not a get rich quick scheme. They are not here to let you earn a bunch of money and then spend it. They really want to teach you how to create generational wealth for your family. And it has been a huge blessing to me and my husband. So if you wanted to do the business side of things, you have several ways to earn money. You can do it through customer sales. You can do it through a monthly team commission if you want to build a team. I'm kind of going to skip over this part. I'm going to let April talk about that a little bit more at the end. But I did want to point out at the bottom where you see the FFM, when you hit that fourth rank, so the FFM means that the company sends $100 to a debt payoff or a retirement savings account of your choice. It's not money that you earn. It is extra money that you never even see that the company sends to that. And so, for instance, our FFM money has gone to the principal on our house note for the last year. So it's really, really amazing. It's a very simple system. We do not make it complicated. We invite you to take a look. We introduce you to a leader that is more of an expert than I am. And then everything is right at your fingertips. Our culture here is just different. This was at our convention in Dallas in September. The girl that's sitting next to me in the front, that's Katie Abart. She is my leader. She was not able to be on tonight's call, but she is one of the top earners in the company, and she has been here for almost 3 years. She came from another network marketing company. She was with that company for 5 years and said that this culture truly is very, very different. We have 5 pillars that the president and the owner talk about all the time. It's faith, family, fitness, friends, and finances. And they will tell you, if you don't have faith and family first, your business will not succeed. And we are put in touch with those mentors from day one. And I have a personal relationship with several of the top leaders in our company. So it really is very, very different. This is my friend, April. I'm going to turn it over to her for a second. April and I became friends through Q. She was introduced to me from a mutual friend who also needed help with her kiddos. April unbeknownst to me, needed help with all of the things. She is a mama of one after a long journey with infertility. So little Reese and my Claire are great friends. My husband and her husband, Greg, love to tell jokes back and forth to one another. They have really gotten close through all this as well. And I just cannot say enough about her. She is a former surgical tech. She has worked in hospice, helping families with that transition into the next life. And currently she is back in the classroom teaching chemistry to high school students, which is a huge passion of hers. She and I love all the science behind the products. So we have to be very careful and rein it in when we get real sciencey talking to people. So April, I'm going to let you take over.
Thank you, Katie, for that sweet introduction. And Katie's right. I didn't realize how many boxes Q was going to check for me. It took one of my friends going very vulnerable on Facebook. And if she hadn't, I wouldn't have seen it. So I do share a lot and I never mind to share. Q is very personal to me for so many reasons. Core that she talked about and the fuse, but core is more that long-term sustaining, has given my quality of life back. I've had feelings of anxiousness and worry and stress to the fact of like when I remember in 6th grade getting ready for ball games and my dad was my coach and I was such a perfectionist and worried about messing up that I would throw up before a ball game in 6th grade. And my dad would get so frustrated with me, but and if I missed a free throw or I didn't get the steal or whatever, I would just lament over that. As I progressed and school got harder, I was one of the youngest in my class. And so I was always stressing about grades. I had to have the A's. And when I left a test, I was like, oh, I think I missed that question or I missed that question. And then if I got my test back and it wasn't an A, like I would cry, like, what is that? I'm in high school. Like, come on, April. And so it was just all those things, all those pressures I put on myself. And when I went to college, I had the same things. Like I ended up prescription medications in college because I wouldn't sleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking, I've got to study. I don't know how to do this. And I've got to get an A, just all the things. And then as it progressively got worse, my, anxiousness and stuff, it would manifest in like frustration, anger, super emotional highs and lows. And then as I got older and more adulting, I had to have stronger medications. And then we had to pair up medications. And 7 years ago, my dad died very, very unexpectedly. And depression set in very hard for me. Very low times. And I became very toxically negative. Everything was everybody else's fault. And I would come home and just spew all this negative in him. And my husband one day said, I just can't be your whipping boy anymore. And so I quickly realized that he was living in the worst for our vows of for better or for worse. And all I knew to do was go back to the doctor. So I did, ended up getting referred to a psychiatrist. And I know this is a long story short. I ended up on 7 prescription medications that I took multiple times daily and prescriptions for sleep. I started the products in March. 3 days, I felt better and my husband noticed a difference, but I told myself, it's placebo. And then in 2 weeks, I had less brain fog. I could focus. I didn't have jitters in my stomach 24/7. I wasn't constantly worrying and I had some energy and I actually had like a genuine smile on my face. And so I called my psychiatrist and said, hey, I want to start weaning off my medications. And he was like, whoa, sister, like we need to have a meeting. So I was like, let's do it. Like, give me an appointment, went in, took all the product sheets and we started a slow wean. And so it's been a little over a year. Last Monday, on the 18th, I completely got off number 6 of number 7 of all my 7 medications. I have been off my sleep medication since March with our sleep spray. So this has become very passionate, a very big passion of mine. For me to come off 6 medications, I mean, it makes me emotional. So I'm just going to skip that part. But anyway, and so after I had the success with the products, I wanted people to have what I have, and I still want people to have what I have. And so I started kind of doing the business. I didn't start at first. I was just in myself. And I've just really realized that Q is so much more than money. When I was talking to because we get a financial free coach, it doesn't matter how much, you don't have to make a certain amount of money, you just get that for free. And he helped me realize that we are not financially stable. Growing up, we didn't have very much. And so me paying the bills and having stuff over, we were stable and we're not. And everything hinges on my husband. There is not enough hours that I could work if something were to happen to him. So I delved in and did a lot of research. And it's just a really exciting time to be in Q, like logistically. I've never done this before. I have friends that are in other companies, and I mean, I would support them, but the way they approach me, I never thought was, ugh. And we don't, I am comfortable bringing people into this and talking about it. Took me a little while, but we have so much happening right now. Like our comp plan, since I've been here, I started in February 28th. I can't even list the enhancements we've had. We always have bonuses. Jake and Mark are so thoughtful of us. In October, they did a boo bash or boo bonuses or whatever, because Jake said, the economy is crazy. Supplies are crazy. People need extra money in their pocket for Christmas. They don't need it right at Christmas. They need it before Christmas. And so he did promotions for us, for ambassadors and customers. And then in Christmas, he turned around and did another promotion. He had done one in July. And so we have, like she said, innovative, the best products. We're always enhancing. We're consistently releasing new products. So we always have something new and fresh to talk about. And it's to help people. Like, it's not just, well, I don't want to, I'm afraid I'll use the wrong words, but anyway, it's to help you feel better. And we grow, like since I've been here, we have doubled and quadrupled in a year. Like, that's amazing to me, but that's because our saturation level is so low. We are less than 1% saturated. And we, like Katie said, we have access to the top leaders. The queen of Q, basically the second person to go in the field, found, we were having a conversation, which was kind of wild, at Bronze Academy. And we were talking about, I was going to San Diego this summer. She's like, stay at my house. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, here's my number and here's the person that sets it up and you can stay at my house. I mean, who does that? So we just have a lot here. And what I love the most is the stuff that's not even about the money, about me making money. It's about, one is about me growing my money, but I have grown so much as a person. We focus on our heart and our minds here. And truly, if you are not a good person here, then you're not going to be successful. If you don't have those 5 F's in alignment, then you can't be successful. And that makes me feel good that when I am going to conventions and I'm on these calls, it's not about, hey, how much money did you make me today? Or what rank are you? It's, have you gone on a date with your husband lately? Have you played a game with your kids lately? And that just makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I talk to people and they share and say, thank you so much for sharing. And what is so amazing is when you join us, because you're going to want to join us after you start these products, you're just going to want to. We get so much for when we sign on, like they take care of all the shipping for us. We get the MyQ Fit app for free. We get free shipping on our auto ships for free. The product shipped to the person's house. All that calculation is done. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there's just so much. There's just so much we get. And what we like to do too is, you get started, and when you I just had a call with my friend and she told me her why. And I said, you have put that in my lap. And now my goal for the next 90 days is I'm going to lock arms with you and we're going to get you to that goal. We have everything we need. And so I had a sheet that said, okay, you want to hit X amount of dollars? Hey, well, here's how we're going to do it, and we have options. You can build a team and we can hit it with this rank, or we can build customer volume, because here you don't have to build a team to hit those residual ranks and make that residual income. You can do it just on customer volume, which is amazing. Q is built for speed. And as Q makes more money, we get more money in the field, and it's amazing. And so she was like, oh my gosh, that's great. And I said, because people have figured this out, because I have zero experience. If you want to hit this rank, we need to do this 5 to 7 hours a week. It doesn't have to be in one chunk. They've helped. I've had mentors help me learn how to time block, manage my time. And I want to get you a 3 and a 2. You'll understand that later. I think I'm getting over your head. But it's just a very comfortable place to land. It's a very comforting place to land. I would have never met Katie if it hadn't been for this. And she's one of my best friends. This community has been so much for me, personally, for me and my family. I am such a different person than I was mentally and physically. And my family is benefiting from all the things. My mental health, my physical health, our financial health, I'm finally contributing. I was able to go from full-time to part-time because of this opportunity. And for somebody that's never done this, kind of industry to be able to do that in a year. It's because of the tools and the support I have. I don't mean to rattle on. I'm just very, very passionate about what we have here. So Katie, I'll turn that back over to you.
Thank you, friend. I'm going to introduce you to one of my kiddos. This is Claire. Talking about safe things for all ages. This is our slumber terpenes. This helps everybody get a good night's rest. And I'm just going to demonstrate because she's here waiting. It just goes under your tongue. She holds it for about 30 seconds and swallows, and she has a good night's sleep. See you. I love you. Bye.
Hi, Claire.
Hi.
I would love to open it up to questions. April, thank you so very much for sharing all your passion about Q. It has been life-changing for her. And if I never make another dollar, it's knowing it, I will be happy knowing that I changed her life for the better. But I do want to open it up for questions about products. I know I kind of skimmed through the products very quickly. What can I answer for you? Hello, anyone? Miss Gail, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. But do you have anything for like diabetes?
Actually, the full spectrum hemp oil is very, very good for helping control blood sugars. And then we also have another product that is good for helping balance blood sugars. It won't treat your diabetes, but it's more of a lifestyle change. It can help, but it does not replace your diabetic medications.
Okay.
Miss Gail, I am diabetic and I take the hemp oil. I take the hemp oil for all kinds of things, but I take that to support my blood sugar, and I've had success with that. It's gone down. When I go back, it takes about at least 90 days. Like you won't see it in your fingerprint just immediately, but if you use it consistently and it's not a magic pill, but it does help me watch, if I'm cautious, conscious of what I'm doing, then yeah, it's a very good support system for your blood sugar.
Okay, thanks.
And it tastes
Heidi,
good.
was there anything that you heard that piqued your interest that you would like more information on?
No, sounds like some interesting products. I'm sure I will definitely be picking Lori's brain. But I already take quite a few, not supplements so much, but just and try to watch what I eat. So it would be interesting to see if there's anything that might appeal to me.
Yeah, absolutely. She has access to all of our product sheets. And so she can send you the product sheets for the Q Core and the Q Max, which is the multivitamin. And you can compare all those things. And I would love to have a follow-up conversation about what makes ours different from others. It gets kind of sciencey, and I didn't want to geek everybody out. So would love to compare that with you.
It's
No,
my
that
favorite bedtime
I'm
story.
taking athletic greens, which has kind of gotten pretty pricey. So I'd like to compare ingredients and stuff like that and see if you guys have something comparable that is a little less expensive. I do enjoy the benefits from it. So I just want to make sure it's something that is also going to meet my needs.
Okay, sorry. My internet totally went crazy. And I heard that you take greens, and then that was about all I heard.
Okay. I take athletic greens.
Okay.
Morning, which I've had really great results with, but I would like to, they've gotten pretty pricey. So the more popular they get, I seem like the price keeps going up. So I would like to, see if you guys have something comparable.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. It's called Greens, and it has a bunch of really cool stuff in it. I drink one probably, I wouldn't say every day, but close to every day. And I usually mix it with one of our other hemp drinks. And it has a little bit of everything in it. It's super clean, and I can have Lori send you the product information on that as well. And then if you would like a sample, I'm happy to throw a couple of samples in the mail your way to try it out and give it a go, see how you like it compared to what you're currently taking.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're muted, Lori.
I was just saying, hey, sister.
I am gonna stop the recording.